Hello, I'm Kay Novak, and on behalf of the Games MOOC Guild Officers and Advisory Board, who, by the way, we call consigliere, I'd like to welcome you to the Fall 2013 Games MOOC. Our quest, if you are willing to accept, is make, hack, and game. Okay? So, if you're ready to get started, just pick up that sword and let's get going. The Games MOOC is actually the game-based learning MOOC. And the intended audience for us is educators. Now, we interpret MOOC a little differently. And this is actually a quote from one of our participants, that the M is for modest and the C is for community. So, what we really have during the 6 weeks of our Games MOOC is actually a connectivist MOOC, or a CMOOC. So don't expect it to look like a course that you take with Coursera. Expect it to be a bit different. And the reason why it's different is really our pedagogy is social network knowledge construction. And that means we're asking you to take a look at how you can participate. And there's lots of different levels, and you can pick and choose whichever one works for you. Maybe it's level 2, lurking, meaning you can go in, you can read the material, and you can look at the discussions, but you're not necessarily have the time to go ahead and to participate in the discussions. That would be a level 3. But maybe you do have some extra time, or maybe you find the extra time because you like the topic so much, and you start posting some of your creations, and then you're level 4. Or maybe you're level 5. You're watching this for a while and you decide, hey, when you're holding your game camp, we're going to go have a game camp at my school also. So, let me tell you a little bit about how the Games MOOC is parsed out. We have 2 parts. Okay, the first part is intro to the course and topics. And what we're really going to do is look at the material and get our definition going on what is make, hack, and game. Because we interpret this really broadly. Our make, hack, and game, we're willing to go anywhere from a microcontroller to perhaps these are your tools that you use to make things. And when it comes to the games, we're pretty much fine with, you making your own games, going old school board games, or perhaps you're already in Minecraft building. So that's what we'll be doing the first 2 weeks. We'll be interpreting what make, hack, game really means. Now, for the second part, weeks 3 through 6, we're going to give you 5 quest lines. So you might be asking, what is a quest line? A quest line is a grouping of activities. The activities, we call them quests for you to accomplish. And we're going to be using 3D Game Lab, so you get a very good example of a gamification platform that can be used for education. Now, these quest lines that we're going to be doing are the Maker Movement, Minecraft, Machinima, Hackathon, and Game Camp. And you can do all 5 of these, sure, if you have time, or you just might pick 1 or maybe 2 that you're going to do during these weeks. Perfectly fine. Now, during week 3 through 6, we're going to have office hours. We're going to have them twice a week, and we're going to also open up the Minecraft server so you can do your quests in Minecraft. Now, for the Games MOOC, we do both asynchronous and synchronous. And by asynchronous, what do we mean? We mean pretty much like going onto a website and posting in discussion forums. That's what we pretty much mean by asynchronous. And we've had participants who've done nothing but that, but have had a really rich experience in the Games MOOC. On the other hand, we have had participants who have said, I don't like posting. I'm not a blogger. I don't put things up in social media, but came to all of our online events and really got a lot from that. Now, of course, as you would expect, I am going to encourage you to participate in both of these. But again, the whole thing about our MOOC is you pick and choose. You pick and choose your level, you pick and choose your quest, you pick and choose your modality. Now, when it does come to these synchronous things, here's some of the things we'll be doing. On Mondays for the full 6 weeks at noon Mountain Time, we will be doing a Google Hangout over air. Now, we will be recording this also, so anybody who can't make it, that's perfectly fine. If you just want to listen or watch the recording, please go ahead and do that. Next, every Wednesday, we're going to do a tweet chat. And our first topic, right up there, maker movement. So what's going to happen is you're going to log into your Twitter account, okay? Then you're going to go to Twubs, and what Twubs is going to do is going to use the hashtag GameMOOC, to filter out everything that's going on, so you only get the tweets that have that included. And so what we do then is basically have an online synchronous discussion using text. So we start out with having everybody introduce themselves and tell us all the organizations that they're affiliated with, and then we usually have 3 or 4 discussion questions. And I will tell you, depending on who shows up, sometimes we go off topic, but I will promise you it's it's always a very intriguing conversation. The other events that we'll be doing, like I said, Google Hangout on Air, Tweet Chats on Wednesday, and then we're going to have some face-to-face and other online events. So these are the ones that we have scheduled. Now, we have affiliations with other organizations, and we will be posting their online events as we get the information. So expect to be invited to a bunch of other stuff too. But these are the 4 that we'll be doing. First of all, as kind of a kickoff and a pre-MOOC, on October 26th, we're doing a Minecraft open house. And you can either come in if you have a paid Minecraft account, so we can get you on the server, or if not, we'll be live streaming it. Then on November 2nd, we're calling Hackathon Day, mainly because here in Colorado, there's some hackathons going on that day. But what we're going to do is ask you to go basically to Google, Google hackathons, and Google, your closest metro area that you might be able to visit. And go ahead and go as an observer to the hackathon. Now, November 16th, Game Camp. We are having it on the Westminster campus on Front Range Community College in Colorado. Now, the thing about it is we will be live streaming portions of it, so if you can't make it, that's fine. We'll be live streaming it, or perhaps at that point you would like to have your own. I don't know. We'll discuss this more. And then, really, as a wrap-up, our last scheduled live event is going to be online, and it's a Minecraft and More on Symposium. And what this is going to be on the Friday and the Saturday. We're going to have multiple hours where we're going to have presenters who are using Minecraft, and we're also going to have discussions about Minecraft and education. So, the other way that you can participate is in social media. And some social media is synchronous, some is not. But we'll let you know what we use. We use Twitter. We use the hashtag GameMOOC, and all the official tweets will come from Proximal Zone. And if that sounds kind of familiar, yes, it's Vygotsky's zone of of proximal development. So we're taking from there. And when we do tweet chats, what we use is we go ahead to Twubs. And again, like I said, it helps filter it. The other thing that we'll be using is Flickr. And Flickr is social media. It's where you can put up pictures. People can leave comments. We use it a lot on the Games MOOC site because it's really easy to have something up in Flickr and then link it. So the thing that you should know about this, Flickr is mainly asynchronous. So this is one of the social medias we'll be using straight off the bat. But for the quest lines, once we start those, we have a couple different social medias we're going to have you start using. One of them is Digo, and Digo is a way to bookmark things on the web. It's very clever. It's a great way to save links, and it's a great way for you to organize material that's on the web. But we'll talk more about that later. The next one, we will be using Pinterest. Why? Because we want to share. And a lot of our things are going to be visual, and we're going to take screenshots of them, and we're going to have you take out that phone on your camera, and we're going to have you take out pictures there. And last but not least, we're going to go and look at DeviantArt. And no, I know what the name sounds like, but give it a chance. First of all, I'd suggest Google DeviantArt and take a look, or better yet, look it up on Wikipedia. DeviantArt was a photo sharing social online community way before the other popular ones. It started in 2000, and I shouldn't say just photos. It's photos. It is artwork. It is poetry. It's for pictures of your crocheting. It's this whole bunch of things. And it's social network knowledge construction at its best. And it really was started to allow the amateur to showcase exactly what they've been doing. And so go ahead and take a look at it educationally. And I'd also suggest if you go to your class sometime and you're just curious, ask how many of your students might already be on there. You might find out some of your students are already on DeviantArt, and chances are they've probably been posting things on it for maybe 5 years or maybe even longer. So that's the social media that we're using for the quest line. So what should you do? Okay, so really quickly, what you should do to get started is really go to the Getting Started page we have on the website. Go ahead and introduce yourself in the forums. And then on Monday, if you can attend the Google Hangout, please attend the Google Hangout. Okay, we do the Google Hangout at noon, and then at 1 p.m. is when we open up all the material. So just in case something, something has to be changed or tweaked or edited real quickly, we have that little bit of time to do that. So that's why we have the material starting at 1 p.m. on a Monday. And then, if you can, attend the tweet chat on Wednesday Mountain Time. Okay? And here's why I'm saying attend the tweet chat. Even if it's just to lurk, so that you can see what a tweet chat looks like. Go ahead and pick one of the tweet chats and come attend as a lurker. I just want you to get a good idea about how something could be totally text-based. I shouldn't say that because you can also put a lot of links there. So text-based with hyperlinking, how it can be online, and how it can be synchronous. And again, this is a way that tweet chats are one of the ways that we find out information. And the Maker movement does a lot of tweet chats, especially educational tweet chats. So we'll be looking at that also. So for your social media, I'd say give your social media a checkup while you're at it. Okay? So go ahead and, if you don't have a Twitter account, make a Twitter account. If you haven't used one for a long time, dust it off. What I mean by that is go ahead and make sure your password still works. If it doesn't, and you don't know the email or have access to the email you made it in, Twitter is not going to send you, is not going to give you information to log back in. So maybe you can make a second one. The other thing is go ahead and look at the picture that you have on Twitter. Maybe you want to update it or change it. Who knows? And maybe with that little bio they have, maybe you want to add some information. Maybe you changed the job. Maybe you moved. Maybe there's something that you're really into now that you weren't into when you first made the account. So go ahead and update it. Okay? Then the next thing I'm going to say is go ahead and make a Flickr account. It's really easy to do. That one they link to a Yahoo account, and again, that's because Yahoo just recently bought it. But the thing of it is, go ahead and make that account, and then request permission to join makers, hackers, and gamers, so that you can post your pictures up there too. So that is basically, we're about to wrap up. The other thing I tell you to do for this first week is start looking up at the hackathons in your area. So that you know if there's any, or if not, you can make plans for other ones. And like I said, we're suggesting everybody come back, go to one, come back and report and show us what you learned. And really, we're going to be dissecting those quite a bit to look at the problem-based learning that happens there, and quite honestly, the other pedagogies that happen there. So that's about it. And this is the logistics and intro and overview and survey of the Games MOOC. So I hope to see you online, synchronously and asynchronously. Thanks, and bye.